Hello! Today I have decided to talk about important and easy self-care tips. I've talked a lot on my channel about self-care and I've learned a lot since starting YouTube. I used to think self-care was about baths and beauty products, and I suppose in some ways consumerism, because it was about like buying new books, buying bath bombs, all those kind of things. They're all things that I still really love doing, but I wouldn't necessarily say that that is what self-care is. I think self-care usually on the internet is things that are Instagrammable, things like really healthy smoothies, things like all those kind of things which could be incorporated into good self-care, definitely, but that's what looks good. It's not necessarily what is good for you, and what's good for you depends on who you are. But these are some really easy, really important self-care tips that I thought I would share. The first one is at the start of the day when you wake up, try and make it one of the first things you do to fill up a massive water bottle, and that's all you need to think about for the day. One of the most important things we do is drink water. I am really bad for it. My water bottle is under my bed sheets actually. I'm gonna drink some right now. This is my water bottle I use. It is a Love Island water bottle that I bought online. Probably, my boyfriend actually bought it for me, but I probably would have bought it anyway, and it is stupidly priced and it is plastic, but this is the one that I use, and I'd say it's like 750ml. It's not it's not really the amount of water you should be drinking. You should be drinking more than this. But as a start off point, this is the water bottle I have in my house. I try and fill it up to here every day and try every day to get it down to here, and that's a really good aim. It's something that's quite easy that you can do throughout the day, just taking little sips. And I'm really guilty of, when I'm thirsty or when I want a drink, I'll make myself a coffee, which is not hydrating me at all. In fact, it's doing the opposite, and it's not that great for you. Although I don't really see a massive issue with drinking coffee, too much coffee can definitely lead to more anxiety, and if you're not drinking water alongside it, it can make you really dehydrated, which makes you not feel good. It's really easy. Go to the bathroom, it takes 2 seconds to fill up a big bottle of water. It means that if you're drinking a cup, you keep having to get up to go and get more water, which if you're having a bad mental health day, can be pretty tricky. So a big water bottle like this, fill it up, try and drink it throughout the day. My next one is don't force yourself to relax. I remember up until quite recently, and sometimes I'm guilty of it, is if I am feeling run down, if I'm feeling like I need a break, I will sit on the sofa or lie on the sofa and force myself to sit there and watch a film when I don't really want to do that. I maybe want to clean instead, I maybe want to go out for a walk, I maybe want to see my friend, but I'm thinking like, no, I need to relax, and relaxing means doing nothing. I don't know how many of you can relate to that, but feeling like you have to do nothing in order to relax, when actually that's not necessarily what you need. You need to listen to your body and listen to your mind. If my body's really in pain or if I'm really exhausted, I'll try and have a bath because that soothes my muscles. If I'm feeling physically okay but I'm mentally not doing that great, I'll try and clean, or I'll try and do some YouTube stuff or whatever it is. It's important to not force yourself to do something because you think it's good for you. If someone thinks that you should go back to work when you're not ready to do so, or if somebody thinks that, or somebody thinks you're not ready to go back to work, whatever it is, don't feel like, oh, I have to do this, because that's what self-care is. Self-care is whatever you need to do and whatever will make you better. My next one is to stand outside if you can. Sometimes this isn't possible. I know for fellow agoraphobia sufferers, it's really difficult sometimes to go outside, even if it's to your own front doorstep. I know that. But if you are able to, even just standing at your doorstep, or walking literally around the corner, or going into your back garden if you've got one, or anything that will give you a little bit of fresh air, I always find it really helps. If I have been stuck inside all day, at literally just going outside for 5 minutes, sitting on the grass or something like that, it can make me feel so much better. I just needed some fresh air, I just needed to be outside in the cool air, and that really helps me. So if you can, try and go outside even just for a little bit, or as long as you want to. My next topic is to do what you can from where you are. So if this is maybe a difficult one to explain, but I find that, say I'm sitting on the sofa and I'm thinking, oh, I really need to clean. What can I clean from where I'm sitting right now? If I don't feel able to get up and move around, and if that needs more motivation, if I don't feel like that's gonna happen, I can pick up that fork from the floor and put it on the table. I can get the tissue from the sofa that I just blew my nose on and put it in a plastic bag. I can pick up my makeup brushes and I can put them here. Do you know what I mean? What can you do from where you are? And maybe if you're feeling up to it, going a little bit further, cleaning the rest of the coffee table, maybe putting your dishes just into the kitchen, putting things in their right rooms, or not even necessarily to do with cleaning. Maybe it's to do with, I really want to distract myself, I'm feeling really, really anxious, but I don't feel like I can move. What's around you? Is your laptop there? Is your phone there? Is there a pen and paper? Is there your phone so you can phone somebody, or you can play a game on your phone, or watch YouTube videos? What is around you that you can use? There's always so many things around you that you can actually use, and you don't actually need to move. My next thing is do one cleaning thing. I know I've talked quite a lot about cleaning in this video, but it's something I've recently discovered has helped my anxiety. And that is because I'm doing something, I'm in a safe environment in my home, and I then have a tidy home where I can relax in. I'm kind of not so into all the cleaning fads that are out at the moment. I think there is a lot of great things going around and there's a lot of great motivation, but I think there's also some over-the-top consumerism going on and people feeling like they need to buy certain products to clean. You can literally use dish soap and water, or you can literally just hoover your house or whatever it is. I always find doing one cleaning thing makes me feel more motivated, makes me feel like I've done something good with my day, makes me feel like I'm looking after myself, even if it's just doing a few items of clothes, ironing them and putting them away. It can really, really make you feel like you're doing something productive, and maybe motivate you to do a little bit more that day, maybe to write a little bit or to leave your house and get some milk, whatever it is. I find doing one cleaning thing can lead to more. The next thing I have is to re-watch something. I love re-watching things because I know what's going to happen. I find it difficult to find new things because I don't always like watching new things because I don't know what's going to happen. I spoke about this in an article that I did about when I was feeling really low. I would rewatch a lot of things because I knew it was going to happen. I wasn't having any moments where I was like, oh my god, what's going to happen? I know it sounds bizarre, but rewatching things for me can be really helpful. I know what's going to happen. I know I love that series. I'm familiar with it. I just find comfort in it. If there's something you really love watching and you've not watched it for a while, i.e. US Office, just rewatch that again, amazing. Orange is the New Black, yes. Friends, you can just watch that all day, every day for the rest of your life. There's just so many things I love rewatching, and it's just cozy and familiar and I just like it. And the last thing I have is to say no. A really important self-care thing is to say no. It's something that's really hard because we don't want to let people down, we don't want people to be annoyed at us, all those kind of things, but you come first. So many of my friends have had to cancel on me before for being ill, or for forgetting they were doing something, or for not feeling great, whatever that is. And I've had to cancel on my friends a good few times saying, listen, I'm too anxious, I need to be by myself, or I need to do this instead. I think if they're good enough friends, they will understand that. It could be a whole number of things. It could be that your work has asked you to take on more hours, you don't feel able to do that, so you say no. Your friends asked if you could chum her somewhere, you don't feel able to do that, you feel like that's too far, you say no. There's so many examples, but learning to say no and maybe explaining why you're saying no as well, not just saying I don't want to do that, saying listen, that's actually a little bit too much for me at the moment because I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, but I might be able to in the future. And maybe explaining a little bit about why it's difficult for you, I found really helps, and it helps your friends understand you more, it helps your colleagues understand you more, it helps your family understand you more if you speak out and you're honest about it. So they were some easy, important self-care tips. Self-care isn't all what it seems like on social media. It's not always necessarily, it doesn't have to be glamorous and pink fizzing bath bombs and really nice latte art, which is all great. It's all stuff I really enjoy and use, but it can also be really simple things like saying no, or watching Friends, or doing your ironing. It doesn't have to be really cool and the consumerism-y thing that it's become. I don't know. yeah, thank you very much for watching this video and I'll see you soon. Bye!